Have you ever noticed something strange? The people who spend the most time trying to prove they are important often feel the least important inside. They chase attention. They chase approval. They chase recognition. Yet no matter how much they get, it never feels enough. Then there are others. They walk into a room and people notice. Not because they are loud. Not because they demand attention. Not because they show off. People notice them because they carry themselves differently. Their presence speaks before they do. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most powerful lessons you can ever learn. Learn to be important. Not important in the eyes of the crowd. Not important because of money. Not important because of status. But important because of your character, your discipline, your values, and the way you impact the world around you. If you stay with me until the end, you will discover why true importance has nothing to do with popularity and everything to do with becoming a person of value. And if you enjoy this message, share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel for more powerful lessons on self-mastery and Stoic wisdom. Now let's begin. Many people spend their entire lives wanting to be noticed. They want people to admire them. They want everyone to appreciate them. They want validation from friends, family, coworkers, and strangers online. The problem is that they hand over control of their happiness to other people. Their worth depends on opinions. And opinions change every day. One moment people praise you. The next moment they criticize you. If your value depends on what others think, your confidence will always be unstable. The Stoics understood this. They knew that true importance comes from within. A man becomes important when he keeps his word. A woman becomes important when she remains strong during difficult times. A person becomes important when their actions match their values. Think about a giant oak tree. It does not beg anyone to admire it. It simply grows. Its roots go deeper. Its trunk becomes stronger. Its branches spread wider. Over time people notice its strength. The lesson is simple. Stop trying to look important. Start becoming important. There is a story about a young man who desperately wanted respect. Every conversation became an opportunity for him to talk about his achievements. Every gathering became a stage for him to impress others. At first people listened. But after some time they became tired. The more he tried to convince others of his importance, the less respect he received. One day he met an older man who was deeply respected in the community. The young man asked him a question. How did you become so important? The old man smiled. I stopped trying to be important. The young man was confused. The old man continued. I focused on being useful. That answer changed everything. Because usefulness creates value. And value creates importance. The world does not reward people who constantly demand attention. The world rewards people who solve problems. People who help others. People who bring wisdom. People who create opportunities. People who make life better. If you want to become important, ask yourself a simple question every day. How can I become more useful? That question can transform your life. Another reason many people never feel important is because they constantly compare themselves to others. Someone always has more money. Someone always has a bigger house. Someone always has a better job. Someone always seems more successful. Comparison is a trap. It steals peace. It steals confidence. It steals gratitude. Imagine two runners. One runner keeps looking at the finish line. The other keeps looking sideways at competitors. Who is more likely to win? The one focused on the goal. Life works the same way. The moment you stop comparing yourself and start improving yourself, everything changes. Your energy returns. Your confidence grows. Your progress becomes faster. The Stoics believe that your greatest competition is the person you were yesterday. Not your neighbor. Not your coworker. Not someone on social media. You. Every day ask yourself. Am I wiser than yesterday? Am I stronger than yesterday? Am I more disciplined than yesterday? If the answer is yes, then you are winning. One of the most important qualities of truly important people is self-control. Most people are controlled by emotions. A rude comment ruins their day. A small setback destroys their motivation. A disagreement fills them with anger. They become prisoners of every emotion that passes through their minds. But strong people are different. They feel emotions. They simply do not allow emotions to control them. There was a businessman who lost a major contract worth thousands of dollars. His employees expected him to panic. Instead, he remained calm. He gathered his team and said, "We cannot control what happened. We can control what happens next." That calm attitude helped the company recover. Years later, people still respected him for that moment. Not because he was successful. Because he was composed. People trust those who remain steady during storms. When everyone else is losing control, become the person who stays calm. That alone will make you stand out. Another secret of becoming important is learning to listen. Most people listen only long enough to prepare their next response. They are not truly listening. They are waiting to speak. But people feel valued when they are heard. A wise person understands that listening is a superpower. Think about someone you deeply respect. Chances are they made you feel understood. They paid attention. They listened carefully. They cared about what you had to say. When you become a better listener, your relationships improve. Your influence grows. Your wisdom increases. Because every person you meet knows something you do not know. The more you listen, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the more valuable you become. Let us talk about discipline. Because without discipline, importance fades quickly. Talent is wonderful. Intelligence is useful. But discipline is what creates lasting results. There is a story about two friends. Both had big dreams. Both wanted success. Both wanted a better future. The first friend waited until he felt motivated. The second friend worked whether he felt motivated or not. Years passed. The first friend was still waiting for the perfect moment. The second friend had built a successful life. The difference was discipline. Important people do not rely on feelings. They rely on habits. They show up. They do the work. They stay consistent. Even when it is difficult. Especially when it is difficult. Your future is built by what you repeatedly do. Not what you occasionally do. If you want to become important, become reliable. Do what you say you will do. Keep your promises. Show up on time. Finish what you start. Reliability is rare. And rare qualities are valuable. Another lesson is learning to protect your reputation. Your reputation is like a mirror. It takes years to build. And only seconds to crack. This does not mean living for the approval of others. It means living with integrity. It means being honest even when lying would be easier. It means doing the right thing even when nobody is watching. A merchant once discovered that he had accidentally received extra money from a customer. No one would have known if he kept it. But he returned every cent. Years later, people still trusted him. Why? Because trust compounds. Every honest action strengthens your reputation. Every dishonest action weakens it. People may forget what you said. They may forget what you did. But they remember how trustworthy you were. Never underestimate the value of integrity. Now here is a lesson that many people struggle with. Learn to be comfortable alone. Some people fear solitude. They constantly need noise. They constantly need attention. They constantly need company. The moment they are alone, they feel uncomfortable. But solitude is where growth happens. It is where you think clearly. It is where you reflect. It is where you understand yourself. Many of the greatest thinkers in history spent time alone. Not because they hated people. Because they valued clarity. When you learn to enjoy your own company, you stop depending on others to complete you. And that creates a quiet confidence that people can feel. Another powerful way to become important is by controlling your words. Words have power. A careless sentence can destroy trust. An encouraging sentence can change someone's life. Before speaking, ask yourself. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it helpful? Not every thought deserves a voice. Not every argument deserves your participation. Not every insult deserves a response. Sometimes the strongest response is silence. A wise person knows that speaking less often means saying more. People listen carefully when your words carry weight. That weight comes from thoughtfulness. That weight comes from wisdom. That weight comes from restraint. Let us also talk about courage. Because importance requires courage. Not the courage to fight others. The courage to face yourself. The courage to admit mistakes. The courage to start again after failure. The courage to stand alone when necessary. A young woman dreamed of starting her own business. But fear held her back. She worried about failure. She worried about criticism. She worried about what people would think. For years she stayed stuck. Finally she decided to act despite her fear. The business was not perfect. She made mistakes. She faced challenges. But she grew stronger. Years later she realized something important. The biggest obstacle was never failure. The biggest obstacle was fear. Most people never discover their potential because fear stops them before they begin. Do not wait for fear to disappear. Move forward despite it. That is courage. And courage earns respect. Another quality that makes people important is kindness. Some people mistake kindness for weakness. They are wrong. Real kindness requires strength. It is easy to be kind when life is going well. It is harder when you are stressed. It is harder when people disappoint you. It is harder when nobody appreciates your efforts. Yet truly important people choose kindness anyway. Not because others deserve it. Because kindness reflects who they are. A simple smile. A sincere compliment. A helping hand. A moment of patience. These small actions often have a bigger impact than we realize. You never know what battle someone is fighting. Your kindness may become the reason they keep going. One of the greatest mistakes people make is chasing success while neglecting character. Success without character is fragile. Character without success can still inspire generations. Think about the people remembered throughout history. Many are remembered not for wealth. Not for fame. Not for power. They are remembered because of who they were. Character creates a legacy. Money can disappear. Fame can fade. Positions can change. Character remains. So every day ask yourself, who am I becoming? That question matters more than any title. The truth is that becoming important is not about standing above others. It is about lifting yourself to a higher standard. It is about becoming someone people can trust. Someone people can respect. Someone people can depend on. Someone who leaves every place better than they found it. The world already has enough people seeking attention. What it needs are people seeking excellence. People seeking wisdom. People seeking growth. People seeking truth. Become one of those people. Focus on your discipline. Focus on your character. Focus on your purpose. Focus on your contribution. And something amazing will happen. You will stop chasing importance. Importance will begin to follow you. People will respect you not because you demanded it, but because you earned it. They will trust you not because you asked them to, but because your actions proved worthy of trust. They will value your presence because your character creates value wherever you go. Remember this. You do not become important overnight. It happens one decision at a time. One disciplined action at a time. One honest choice at a time. One courageous step at a time. Every day is an opportunity to build the person you want to become. Every day is an opportunity to strengthen your character. Every day is an opportunity to grow. And growth is the path to true importance. As you leave this video, carry this message with you. Stop trying to impress people. Start improving yourself. Stop chasing attention. Start creating value. Stop comparing yourself to others. Start becoming the best version of yourself. Because true importance is not something you receive. It is something you become. Before you go, there is one final lesson that many people discover too late. The people who become truly important are not obsessed with being remembered. They are obsessed with living well. Think about that for a moment. Many people dream about leaving a legacy. They want their name to last forever. They want recognition. They want people to talk about them long after they are gone. But the irony is that the people who leave the greatest legacy rarely spend their lives thinking about legacy. They spend their lives serving a purpose. A teacher changes hundreds of lives without becoming famous. A parent sacrifices for their children without expecting applause. A friend stands beside someone during difficult times without asking for recognition. These people may never appear in history books. Yet their impact is enormous. Importance is not measured by how many people know your name. It is measured by how many lives are better because you existed. There was once a gardener who worked in a public park. Every morning before sunrise, he arrived early. He planted flowers. He trimmed bushes. He cleaned paths. Most visitors never knew his name. They simply enjoyed the beauty around them. Years passed. One day the gardener retired. A new worker took over. Within months people began noticing the difference. The park no longer looked the same. The flowers were neglected. The paths were untidy. Only then did people realize how much value the gardener had brought. The lesson is powerful. Your value is often noticed most when it is absent. Do not underestimate the importance of your daily actions. The small things matter. The effort you put into your work matters. The way you treat people matters. The promises you keep matter. The habits you build matter. Little actions repeated over time create extraordinary results. Another truth about becoming important is learning how to handle criticism. No matter what you do, someone will criticize you. If you are ambitious, people will say you are trying too hard. If you stay quiet, people will say you lack confidence. If you succeed, some people will envy you. If you fail, some people will judge you. You cannot escape criticism. But you can choose your response. The Stoics taught that criticism is like the wind. You cannot stop it from blowing. But you can decide whether it pushes you off course. When someone criticizes you, ask yourself a simple question. Is there truth in what they are saying? If there is, learn from it. If there is not, let it go. Do not waste your energy fighting every opinion. Your energy is precious. Use it to build your future instead. One of the strongest signs of maturity is the ability to remain focused on your mission while others are distracted by noise. Remember this. Not everyone who disagrees with you is your enemy. Not everyone who praises you is your friend. Judge people by their character. Judge yourself by your actions. There is another habit that separates ordinary people from extraordinary people. They take responsibility. When things go wrong, most people look for someone to blame. They blame circumstances. They blame bad luck. They blame other people. They blame the economy. They blame their past. But important people ask a different question. What can I do now? That question changes everything. Because responsibility creates power. The moment you accept responsibility for your life, you stop waiting for rescue. You stop expecting others to solve your problems. You begin creating solutions. Imagine two people facing the same challenge. One spends hours complaining. The other spends hours improving. A year later their lives will look very different. Complaints change nothing. Responsibility changes everything. Your future belongs to the person willing to take ownership of it. Another lesson worth remembering is patience. We live in a world that wants everything immediately. People want success overnight. They want results without effort. They want rewards without sacrifice. But life does not work that way. The strongest trees take years to grow. The greatest skills take years to master. The deepest wisdom takes years to develop. Patience is not weakness. Patience is strength under control. A farmer plants seeds and waits. He waters them. He protects them. He trusts the process. He does not dig them up every day to check their progress. Growth takes time. Your personal growth works the same way. Some days you will feel like nothing is happening. Keep going. Some days your efforts will seem invisible. Keep going. Some days you will want to quit. Keep going. The results are often closer than they appear. Many people fail because they stop too soon. Success often belongs to those who simply refuse to quit. Now let's talk about something that truly elevates a person. Gratitude. The ungrateful person is always poor, no matter how much they possess. The grateful person is always rich, even with little. Think about how many blessings you overlook every day. The ability to walk. The ability to learn. The ability to improve. The people who care about you. The opportunities in front of you. When you focus only on what you lack, life feels empty. When you appreciate what you have, life feels abundant. Gratitude does not mean settling for less. It means appreciating the present while working toward a better future. That balance creates peace. And peace is one of the greatest forms of wealth. Another mark of an important person is consistency. Anyone can be motivated for a day. Anyone can be inspired for a week. But can you stay committed for years? Can you keep showing up when nobody notices? Can you keep working when nobody applauds? Can you stay disciplined when progress is slow? Consistency is what separates dreams from reality. A drop of water seems weak. But over time, consistent drops can carve through stone. Your daily habits work the same way. Small efforts repeated consistently become powerful. Never underestimate what you can achieve by staying consistent. The person you become in 5 years depends largely on what you do every day. Choose wisely. Choose habits that strengthen you. Choose habits that move you forward. Choose habits that align with your purpose. As your journey continues, you will notice something remarkable. The more you focus on growth, the less you worry about proving yourself. You stop chasing validation. You stop seeking approval. You stop comparing yourself to everyone around you. Instead, you become focused on your mission. And there is freedom in that. A freedom that cannot be bought. A freedom that cannot be given. A freedom that comes from knowing who you are. The world may not always recognize your efforts immediately. Keep going. People may not always understand your journey. Keep going. Results may take longer than expected. Keep going. Every meaningful achievement requires persistence. Every worthwhile goal requires sacrifice. Every strong character requires testing. The challenges you face today are preparing you for the opportunities of tomorrow. Trust the process. Trust your growth. Trust the lessons you are learning along the way. And most importantly, trust yourself. Because deep down, you are capable of far more than you realize. You have strength that has not yet been tested. Wisdom that has not yet been discovered. Potential that has not yet been unlocked. Do not spend your life doubting what is possible. Spend your life discovering it. One day you will look back and realize that the moments you thought were holding you back were actually making you stronger. The failures taught you resilience. The struggles taught you patience. The disappointments taught you wisdom. The obstacles taught you determination. Nothing was wasted. Every challenge became part of your growth. And that growth transformed you into someone stronger, wiser, and more valuable than before. So stand tall. Walk with confidence. Speak with purpose. Act with integrity. Live with discipline. Treat people with respect. Continue learning. Continue growing. Continue becoming. Because true importance is not found in fame. It is not found in attention. It is not found in applause. It is found in character. It is found in service. It is found in courage. It is found in the quiet determination to become the best version of yourself every single day. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this message resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Your story may inspire someone else who is on the same journey. And if you want more powerful Stoic lessons, life-changing wisdom, and practical strategies for building mental strength and self-discipline, subscribe to Stoic Awakening and become part of this growing community. Share this video with a friend, a family member, or anyone who needs encouragement today. Remember, you do not need the world's attention to be important. You only need the courage to become a person of value. And that journey begins today.